Hi, it's Steve with Silbar Homes, and I want to introduce you to Faith and David. They are the owners of the Little Garden Cafe. We are at one of the two locations on Waikiki Boulevard near 5 Mile, so welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. So again, there are two locations. The one up here is at 9918 North Waikiki, which is near 5 Mile and Whitworth University, and the other one is 2901 Northwest Boulevard, which is right across the street from Audubon Park.
That's correct.
Not Manitou. Manitou may be in the future, but Audubon Park. So, yeah. So let me ask you guys, how would you describe your business?
I would describe it as a local, just neighborhood place where you can go and kind of everybody knows your name. That is our goal, is to know everybody's name. Bakery, good coffee. We do have a beer and wine license at the north location. Good healthy food, homemade.
Excellent. It's kind of the cheers of the cafe scene, right?
Exactly.
Excellent.
Kind of your front porch neighborhood place to be.
Yeah. So what made you decide to get into this business?
Well, we were looking for something to do later on in our later years, and weren't sure exactly what to do, how to reinvent ourselves. And a few years back, we were asked to help out in this industry with the other location, and found that we liked it. After 3.5 years, we purchased the Audubon location, and shortly after, opened this one.
Excellent. Excellent. And how are you finding that your business grows through word of mouth, or people just driving by and seeing it?
I think a little of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think word of mouth and social media, of course, is just wonderful for small business people. So
Yeah, absolutely. So what motivates you guys? What drives you in your business?
yeah,
Every day.
I think what motivates us the most is to serve and to have that community aspect. We really feel called to serve others, and in whatever that looks like, whether it's having a good long conversation with somebody, or actually serving them good food, or actually even working with our employees. We really value they are part of our community. We try and hire within our community, and so that is a big part of who we are, is mentoring our employees and being part of their community and helping them understand the importance of being a small business within the community.
Right. Oh, that's excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I've actually have a master's in organizational leadership from Gonzaga, and one of the founding structures of that program is servant leadership. Mm-hmm. And I found out through the studying that I was a servant leader all along, and that, like you guys, I was doing things to help others, because my philosophy, and that's how I do my business too, is I'm there to help somebody else improve themselves and please them. Not as much for me, because I know if I do that, it'll just come back to me.
Exactly.
Anyway, which is great. But it's so nice to serve other people, because you just build friendships and relationships and business too, which is awesome.
Definitely.
So what was it like when you guys got started in this business? As you said, David, you guys were looking for a change. You decided to go in the cafe. How did that all come together? How did that work out?
Well, we weren't exactly sure what we wanted to do first initially. I had, I guess you could say, retired a couple of different times, and she said I was too much of a busybody to stay home, and woke me up one night and said, "Hey, how would you feel about running a cafe?" And I thought about it and said, "Well, let's give it a shot. And let's see what this looks like, and see if this is something that we would enjoy doing." Came very easy for us because we are an open book. We like to meet people, and it's just very easy for us to make new friends.
Yeah, and to think I didn't even drink coffee at that time. Well, we do now, and we've learned just so much about coffee. And I have always believed that food and drink bring people together, though. If you can share a meal with somebody or share a cup of coffee, a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, I think looking back in the last 12 months and everything that's gone on in the world in COVID, you know, that's the one thing is that restaurants, I mean, obviously we can be back to an extent now,
Right.
but that's the one thing really that I think a lot of people miss was the opportunity to be out and be around other people
I
and
agree.
be with friends and not just be cooped up. So I mean, it's so
I agree.
important. Yeah.
And what brings you more together than sharing food?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And from a coffee standpoint, we're in the right state too, because
Yeah.
you know
Absolutely.
I've lived here since 2002, and I'm firmly a believer if I don't have my 5 cups a day, the state of Washington's going to kick me out.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you know, so I want to make sure that I support that
Yes,
habit with everybody
yeah.
else and my friends
Yeah,
too. So
yeah, and good coffee, good, and you know, we buy our coffee local as well too. So it's supporting that, and learned a lot. You know, we had to kind of retrain our taste buds, but
Right.
it's fun now to be able to taste a good cup of coffee versus a not so good cup
Right.
of coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly. So what would you say are your greatest challenges with the business?
Right now, dealing with the COVID situation and trying to keep both doors or keep both businesses open and an influx of business flowing through the door. That's been our biggest challenge at this point so far.
Keeping our employees employed, that keeps me awake at night. You
Yeah.
know, just making sure that everybody is where they need to be and
Right.
financially, and yeah, that's the biggest challenge.
Okay. So what do you love most about the 2 neighborhoods where your businesses are?
Oh, they're both unique in their own respective ways. I mean, you've got a coffee place that's in the middle of a neighborhood across from a beautiful park. And that Autobahn is got that unique look and has for the last 14 years. And then here, it's a university atmosphere that we enjoy. That is something that we love to use. We love to meet new people, and it's been great so far.
Well, and I think at this location, you know, you have 5 Mile and you have Arrowhead, and you have these communities that are full of families, and we have a large family. We have 5 daughters of our own, so you know, we love to see kids come in and parents riding their bikes over here with the kids and stuff like that. That's awesome, and I'm with him on the Autobahn. I mean, that is just. We just look out our windows at Audubon and you see just the beauty of Spokane and all 4 seasons. You know, it's just an amazing neighborhood with people that are so supportive. And of course, that location has been there for 14 years now, so it is well loved and well supported by the community over there. And so it's just great, you know. Bike riders over there, they meet up every Monday, and we've got another group that plays cards every Tuesday, and another group that does knitting on Wednesdays. You know, it's a true community little spot there.
And those are things that we miss because of COVID, because
Right.
you can't have
Yeah.
them when they're our regular customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then over here, you know, you got the kids studying or meeting with professors or doing what they need to do here, and that's fun.
Yeah.
We're anxious to see what it's going to be like with Whitworth football season and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, when some normalcy comes back,
Yeah.
right, to the world. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just your 2 locations are so interesting to me. Is that this one, you know, Waikiki, all the people like you said, going up to the north side of 5 Mile, or going up to Arrowhead, or going down by the Kalispell Country Club,
Yep.
or the university. That pretty much everybody's going to drive by here anyway.
Right.
Correct.
You know, and then, you know, people going to Downriver and Audubon, or out by the VA hospital, or even towards 9 Mile, they're going to drive by the Audubon location too. And
Yeah.
that is such a unique building.
Yeah.
That is just so much character to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love it.
Excellent. So you had actually mentioned about sourcing things locally. Why do you think it's so important to shop locally?
I think because, you know, local small businesses, they are the backbone of the community. They are the community. And most people don't open a small business unless it's something that they truly love. And most of us that are in small business aren't in it to get rich, but we are in it to serve our community. And so you've got these local businesses that are in it with all their heart and serving the community for a better purpose, and that's awesome. You know, we've got to be supported for that. Yeah.
Excellent. So let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
If a young person was to ask you for advice on how to live life, what would you tell them?
Be humble to begin with. That's a basic foundation of everything else that you go through life living, is humility.
And I would say to always end well, whether it's a class in school or a friendship that has to end for some reason, or a relationship or a job, to always end well. You just never know down the road what you'll need from somebody or want from somebody, and the respect that you will gain from ending very well.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. Yeah. No, those. I mean, those are two great answers, because if you think about it, you never know, who's going to come back into your life down the road.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it the last time I'm going to have an interaction with this person, or could they
Right.
become very important to me either as a friend or as a business?
Yeah.
And then, as you said, just being humble. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's so easy. It's so easy to do.
Right.
Yet a lot of people don't think about that.
No.
And it goes back to like the golden rule, right?
Exactly.
So, you think
Yeah.
about that, and you can kind of simplify life.
Right.
And that's
Right.
that's kind of one of those things I actually enjoy, being a seasoned human being and going through a lot of things in my life, and when I have that opportunity for younger people and they ask you those questions, and you just it's almost like a Zen moment, and you
Right.
just step back and you're like,
Right.
let me just give you a few nuggets.
Right. Yes.
Which is
because,
cool.
Because it probably took not ending well a time or two for me to realize, oh, this is important to end well,
Yeah.
and do that. So, yeah, if only we knew when we were younger to glean that from,
Exactly.
but
But we're here to
That's right.
We're here to pass that on, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, again, I want to thank David and Faith with Little Garden Cafe. And if you want to find out more about their business, you can look at littlegardencafe.com. Thank you again for joining us. This is Steve with Silbar Homes. Love to help you if you have any needs in real estate, to buy, to sell, to invest. You can reach me at silbarhomes.com. You can also reach me through the Park Bench sites. My contact info is there as well, or my Facebook page. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.